Okay guys, welcome back to the final video of today's tutorial. We gotta do the content area now along with the actual sign-in form, and then just some quick styling for the footer, and we are done. So let's begin. Let's quickly grab the background color for the content and open our style sheet file. Div with an ID of content. We'll do background. The image, the background image will be img artwork bg, this one. So artwork bg.png, and it's going to repeat on the x-axis starting from the left and bottom. All right, have a quick look. Okay, so far so good. Let's do some paddings, 30 pixels to be more exact. So 30 by 16, 1.875 m. So 30 by 16. All right. And also it needs a stroke. So border, yes, 1 pixel solid, and the color should be EEEFEF. Okay, so now we have a border. Let me zoom in a bit. All right, now it's time to style the form. So for that, create a new section, call it forms. Let's see if we gave this an ID. No, we didn't. So ID, call it login form. All right, so form, login form. We'll give it a fixed width of around 300 pixels, and we'll position it on the center. So we'll say width 300 by 16, 18.75 m. All right, and just say margin 0 auto. So now the form is positioned on the center. It might not look like it's positioned on the center, but watch this. If we do background red, for instance, there you go. You see, it's now positioned. It's positioned correctly. Only the elements are not spanning the entire available width. All right. So remove this. And let's style some form elements. So form, login form. First of all, labels. So we'll say, first of all, display block, because we want to put it above the text field. And actually, let's do it more general. Form label. Okay. So display block, text transform. Let's not forget about this. Is uppercase, and the color should be the same color as the background of the top bar. So let's quickly grab that. This is the one. Okay. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's have a look. Okay, username, password, good. All right, next we gotta separate these a bit, and easiest way to do that is to set a margin bottom for the paragraph element. So go to general, right, and we'll say paragraph. Margin bottom, and we want to do about 20 pixels. And remember, we set the paragraph font size to 12 right here, so it's going to be 20 by 12, 1.666. by 12. All right, looking good. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, what else? I think I need a margin bottom for the label, so it just pushes the element beneath it a little bit by 5 pixels, let's say. So let's see, form, label, margin, bottom. Let's do 5 pixels. And the parent font size is 12 because the label is contained in a paragraph, correct? So it's going to be 5 by 12. Yeah. 0.416 ems. So that's 5 by 12. Quick look. All right, that looks good. Okay, next, style the inputs, the text inputs. So we'll do form input type text, and also form input type, password. All right, so for these, first we'll do a border of 1 pixel solid. The color is D9 DB DD. We also need a padding. So padding, let's do about 10 pixels of padding. So 10 by 12 is 0.833. 0.833 amps. That's 10 by 12. And what else do we need? We need an outline set to none, just to avoid that blue halo that Chrome puts around the form elements. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, looks good. Now the font size is a bit high. I think it's about 14 pixels here, or even 16. So we might take it down to about 12, or we can keep it like this. It's really your call. I think I'll keep it like this actually, because for a login form, it looks pretty good. All right. Also, let's not forget round corners for these. So going back to login, I'll just say input type text ID class round. All right, class round. So now we have round corners. Also, we want the username field to focus automatically once the page is loaded. So we can do that easily through an HTML5 element attribute, which is autofocus. So now if you refresh, it automatically positions the cursor on the first element right here. Alrighty, next, since we have such a big form here, why not make these inputs like span the entire available width? So to do that, I'll create a new class, but I'll create a new section as well. Oops. Call it widths. So I'll do full width input, or simply full width, and I'll just set a width of 100%. So now I'll just go to login and add full width. All right, let's have a look. And there we go. Now our elements span the entire width. But there is a catch though with this, because if we set the background color to red again, we can see that 100% is not actually 100%. It's a bit more than the available width, and that excuse me, and that's because we also have some paddings, and the total width takes those paddings into account. So instead of 100%, a very easy way is just to put 95%, or even less, 94%, right? So that will kind of give us the exact amount of width that we need. So let's get rid of that background. All right, cool. So we have the username, password, and now we got to style these two. But before we do that, if we look here, we can see that the text inputs are a bit taller. So this is the original size. So as we can see, they're not so tall. So let's make them just a bit taller by increasing the top and bottom padding. So instead of 10, let's do 15. So 15 by 12, that's 1.25. All right, that looks much better. Okay, and one more thing that we can do is actually add some styles for the hover and the active state of the inputs. So let's quickly do that. Let's see. We'll do form input type text hover. Let's copy this. Form input type password hover, and then we'll copy these two and say text focus and password focus. They all have the exact same style. So we'll just do a different border. 1 pixel solid, and the new color, the darker color, is BD BE. Let's have a look. All right, there we go. Just a tiny detail. Cool. All right, next, let's take care of this this link here. And the color that I used for the links is this one. Grab it. And let's go to colors. All right, and do paragraph anchor tag. Well, actually, first let's do anchor tag. Color should be this. And for hover, let's do a dark color. Oops. So a hover. We'll do color, the same color as the top bar. So we'll grab this kind of dark color right here. So this one. So a hover, and now let's set the underline style for the links, but we only want the links to be underlined inside a paragraph. So we'll do paragraph link, and we'll do border bottom, 1 pixel dotted, and the same color. All right. And then PA hover, we'll grab the same border color as our hover link. Okay, let's see what we did. Yes, I like that. There we go. Cool. All right. Finally, we gotta style the submit button. And to do that, let's first add a couple of classes here. So class, we want the submit button to look just like a regular button, right? It's blue, around corners, white text, and an icon. So we'll do button round blue, image right, and then IC arrow right. Okay, let's see what we have. All right, so a couple of tweaks are required. So the first one, we'll do form, input, type equals submit. Let's get rid of the border first of all, border none. The cursor needs to be a pointer, so it looks and behaves like a normal button. What else? Let's have a look. All right. Add yet another class here that says text upper. because we want it to be uppercase, like that. What else? Well, that's it for now. Let's style the blue class. Go to colors. All right. Colors. Okay. So blue. We'll do background color. Grab the color. Okay. What else? Color white. So we'll make white text. And also blue hover. We need that. Background color should be 5081 B3, and that's a blue color. Color again will be white for the text. Let's have a look. Cool, cool. I like that. I like this is turning out to look really good. Okay, finally, let's add some more icons, particularly the IC right arrow. IC right arrow. All right. Clean this up a little bit. Okay. So IC right arrow, icons, IC right arrow.png. All right, that looks good. Let's do the other one, image right, to position the background image to the right. So we'll do background position, right and center. Let's have a look. And for some reason this is not working. All right, let's have a look again. So type submit, login. The class is button, round, blue, text upper, image right, and IC arrow right. Does it work with left? No, it doesn't. Let's try something else. Instead of setting image right, what if we hard code the background position into the CSS of the submit button? So for instance, let's do background position, right and center. See if that works. No, it doesn't. Let's see if a regular link with these classes would work, because if it does, it means the problem is with the input itself. So let's do a class button, round blue text upper, IC arrow right, and image right. Okay. Huh. All right, that's interesting. So the link doesn't work either. So I must have forgotten something. I'm sure you guys have spotted it by now. Let's do image left. No. Image right. IC arrow left. Well, I gotta say I'm completely baffled about this. Button round dark, image left. I see left arrow. All right. So the class name is IC left arrow and right arrow. There we go. So apparently I got the class names mixed up. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's also position this image right. And remove this. All right, that works. So now all we gotta do is push the image from the right. Let me zoom in. The image from the right, push it by about 10 pixels, and then push the text by about 10 pixels again. The only problem is with aligning a background to the right, especially when the button size, when the button width is flexible, you can't actually do that precisely, like we did, for instance, on let me find it, on image left, right? We put a background position of 833 ems from the left, and that's fine, because if the text is bigger, it doesn't matter. This size remains the same, if that makes any sense. But if we were to put it, for instance, on the right, instead of right, let's just put about 3 ems. Just test it, and I'll show you what I mean. Now you see, this one is 3 ems from the right, and that's pretty much good. But what if we increase the value of the button? It's a very, very long button. Well, it's not good anymore, is it? Because it's stuck at 3 ems, but it's 3 em from the left, not from the right, and that's the problem that we have. So the solution I came up with was to modify the images so that they have a natural 10 pixel padding to the right. So that way they're automatically positioned at 10 pixels from the right. So let me show you what I mean. Revert this to right and go to IMG icons, open up these two in Photoshop. All right, and we're gonna change their canvas size by 10. So instead of 16, we'll do 26, but we'll add the 10 pixels to the right of the image like this. save, and do the same for this one, 26, save. All right, so now if you refresh, you'll see the icon is positioned by default 10 pixels from the left. So now all we got to do is position the text to the left, and that is the exact amount of space as we did on this one. So padding left, it says 3 amps. We'll do a padding right of 3 amps. Refresh, and there it is. And if you're wondering, well, what if we put this on the other side? It's 10 pixels longer on this side. Won't it affect the button? Well, it won't, because the 10 pixels are just empty space. If we'll switch to image left here, it's just gonna look like a regular image. It makes no difference at all. All right, so that's out of the way. That's the form, all done. Lastly, we'll do the footer, and the footer is actually pretty easy. Go to style, footer, we'll do div footer. Only one thing here, and that is a bit of padding, which is 30 pixels top and bottom, which divided by 16, so 30 by 16 is 1.875 amps, and none on the sides. So 30 by 16. And let's not forget text align center. Refresh, and there it is. All right. Now one thing remains to be done, and that is a container for these elements. Now we want a fluid layout, but you know, who knows, maybe the user wants a fixed layout. So to do that, we go to widths, and we do this class page full width, and all we do here is add a couple of paddings to the right and to the left, right? So let's do padding. We'll do 30 pixels. So 30 by 16, it's 1.875 amps and none. By 16. All right. And to see this in action, all we gotta do is go to login and see which elements we want to be kind of put inside this newly created container, and that is the top bar contents, header contents, and that's actually it. So top bar, we'll do div with a class of page full width. Okay, let's check it out. Page full width, padding, top, no, sorry, the other way around. 0 for top and bottom, and 34 left and right. There we go. So now this element is pushed 30 pixels from the left edge. Do the same for the header. Okay. Remove that class and put it here. There we go. So now we have 30 from the left, 30 from the right here. All right. And actually that's pretty much it. Now our layout is fluid. If we resize the browser window, as you can see, you'll see more of the fluid stuff and how it works on the dashboard page. That's a bit more complicated. It has a lot more elements in it. Also, if you increase the font size, as you can see, all the elements, including the round corners, adjust automatically, right? So just to show you what I mean, if we change, for instance, the round corners to a fixed pixel value, for instance, copy these and change these to 5 pixels. Right, they look pretty much the same, but when we resize, hold on. When we resize in older browsers like Internet Explorer, it's too bad I don't have one to show you here. In older browsers, the corners here will not look the same. So as I said in the beginning, that's an important thing to keep in mind. All right, let's revert back to the EM measurements and see if we can do anything else. I'm not quite happy with the positioning of this blue logo here, so let me just let me open up Chrome and I'll fire up the debugger. All right. Alright, so now we can see the problem. The blue logo's top is not the same as the login intro top, and that's because we set too big. The margins we set are too big, so bear with me here while I go to login intro. So we have padding top 625 ems, and that's a bit too much. So instead of 10, I'll do 5. So 5 by 16, 3125. 3125 ems. Same goes for the button, for the bottom. All right. Let's have a look now. Yeah, now it's much better. So a bit of a measurement there. All right. All right, guys. And just one quick final check before we consider this complete. Let's throw this in a validator, see if all the code we wrote is valid. Cool. Okay. That was it, guys, for the first coding tutorial. This was the login page. Next time we'll do the dashboard. The dashboard page. That's a bit more complicated, but we'll definitely have fun with all the elements, the tables, and the other buttons we'll be making, and the side menus, and the collapse, expand, content modules. But for now, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned some cool new stuff from it. Until next time, thanks for watching. This is Adi signing out.